Welcome back, ladies. For those of you that are new to me, my name is Nicolia Williams, and I am a personal development coach as well as a book writing coach. And I teach women how to take their message and turn it into their masterpiece. And so today I really want to talk about goals because I feel like whatever goal it is that you're setting, unless you are being intentional about it, it's going to become close to impossible to feel like you are able to reach it. So at the beginning of every month, I always have my clients identify their goals because my goal as a coach is to be able to check in with them, to see their progress, to see where they're at, to see how I can support them, to see if they're succeeding, to see if they need to make changes, so on and so forth. I have been so passionate about goals that I have done numerous trainings on them. And I have written a book called The Goal Getter Guide, where I share how you can take your idea, turn it into a goal, and then make it your dream, live out your dream. Because I feel like so many people are setting goals, and then when the time gets tough or when it gets overwhelming or when there's too many barriers in the way, they're just throwing their goals away or just getting rid of them or putting them on the back burner and saying that someday I'll get back to this goal and someday I'll work on it. But the truth is, you have to be intentional and persistent about going after your goals no matter what, at all means necessary. Otherwise, you'll never accomplish them. I think back to my own personal book writing experience, and it wasn't easy. There was every barrier you could think of. Financially there was barriers. Time wise there was barriers. I mean, there was barriers on top of barriers. But I was so persistent and I was so determined to be able to reach that goal. And I'm grateful that I was because it's taught me so much about myself and how to go forward and make sure to be intentional about future goals. And so today I want to share a strategy that I use with my one-on-one clients for their success. So when I have them set goals, I don't just have them set any goals, right? And it's kind of like the SMART acronym that you think of when you set goals. Like you want to have a specific goal, a measurable goal, an attainable goal, a realistic goal, and a timed goal in order to be successful. Well, I lay that foundation, but then I take it one step further and I do what is called a push goal. And what I mean by a push goal is not a goal that makes you comfortable, not a goal for the sake of you checking off a box and saying that you set a goal, but a goal that pushes you outside of your comfort zone, a goal that pushes you past what you think that you can accomplish. Have you ever heard the quote that says, shoot for the stars or shoot for the sky because at least you'll fall amongst the stars? It's the same kind of idea. We are supposed to shoot high. We are supposed to set goals that make us a little bit leery, that make us a little bit nervous, but goals that we are willing to push ourselves to. Because when you push yourself, you are able to discover so much. You are able to discover all that you are really capable of. Otherwise, you sort of stay in this place of just ongoing comfort. You stay of this place where it's just like, I don't know. But I have this quote that I keep next to my desk, and it says, don't quit your daydream. I feel like so many people are dreaming and they have these big dreams and these things that they are inspired to do, but they are so quick to just throw in the towel because it's challenging. And I can speak from experience that it is challenging. But one thing that I have done with my push goals, implementing my push goals, it's really changed my life and changed the process of goal setting to make myself be able to step outside of my comfort zone and accomplish those things that I have only ever really dreamed of. And so let's break down the push process. So with push goals, right, I want to first tell you that you need two character traits. You are going to need to be persistent and you are going to need to be disciplined because goals are not just going to land in your lap. Goals are not automatically just going to be easy to accomplish. They are challenging. That is the point of goals. If everything was easy, if you were able to set goals and make them easy, you'd be living your dream a long time ago and you wouldn't even be watching this video. But the truth is, your push goals are going to be challenging because, like I stated before, they are going to push you outside of your comfort zone and push you past the place that is familiar into uncharted territory. But that is where success lies. So push is much like SMART. It's an acronym. Like I said, I lay the SMART foundation first, and then I add the push goals on top of that. So the first thing you want to do is in push, the P stands for positive. So you want to set goals that are positive in your life, goals that are adding to your life. I'm a firm believer that when you implement things in your life, they're either adding to your life or they are subtracting from your life. I just wrote a recent book as well called The Habit Hacker, and we talk about how these negative habits that we're adding to our life can really have a negative impact on our life, right? And it's the same thing with anything we add with people, with choices, things like that. They are either adding or they are subtracting. And so you want to make sure that your goal is adding to your life. You know, are you making a goal of working out more? That is going to add to your health benefits, right? Are you adding a goal of writing a book? That is going to add to your impact that you can have on the world, right? So you want to first make sure that your goal is positive. And I know that that may seem silly, but a lot of people set goals just for the sake of setting them and don't even realize how that goal can have an impact on their life. And so that's going to be your first thing. Make sure that goal has a positive impact on your life. The next thing is uplifting. Does that goal make you feel uplifted? Does the goal make you feel inspired? Does the goal make you feel motivated? The goal should make you feel excited, right? I remember setting a goal when I first got to college, and I didn't understand what it really meant, but I just kept saying, okay, well, I'm just going to finish right away. I'm just going to rush through this. But I was only doing that because I wanted to appease everybody else. I was enjoying my college experience, and I didn't feel that there was a real need to rush through it. I felt like the 4 years was going to be a reasonable time. Now, I still finished in about 3 years and 3/4, but I didn't have to rush in the same way that I had this idea that I needed to, because I was so focused on pleasing someone else that the goal wasn't really motivational or uplifting for me personally. And you want to make sure that that goal appeals to you personally, because I'll be honest, if the goal doesn't appeal to you or make you feel uplifted personally, you're less likely to go after it with the persistence that you need to go after it with. The next letter in push is S. So you want to make sure that your goal is strategic. How are you strategically going to reach this goal? It's wonderful that you want to write a book. It's wonderful that you want to buy a house. It's wonderful that you want to lose weight. But if you have no strategy behind how it's going to get accomplished, basically the goal becomes irrelevant. And so you want to make sure that you are very strategic about the way in which you will be able to reach the goal. So laying out a plan, laying out a foundation, what are the steps that you can take that are going to make this goal doable? That's the one thing that I see a lot of times where people set goals and they assume that they'll just understand how to do it. I meet with women all the time who have had a goal to become an author or to write a book for years. But because they haven't had the idea on how to do it, or they haven't had anybody show them the steps or the route or the way, they end up throwing in the towel because they don't have a strategy. So you want to make sure that you have a strategy which will ultimately increase your success. Finally, you're not going to like this last one, but H. H stands for hard. You want a goal that is a little bit hard. If you set goals that are easy, that's it. They're going to be easy, and it's probably not a goal that is going to get you where you'd like to be. It's probably a goal just for the sake of setting a goal, right? So for example, I already know how to hold a plank for a minute. So if I set a goal for me to be able to hold a plank for a minute, that's an easy goal, and that's not a real goal that's pushing me. That's not a real goal that's challenging me. Ultimately, that's not a real goal that's going to change the way my abs look, because I already know how to do it. And so I may need to change it. Maybe if I'm working on a health goal, I may say something like, all right, well, I want to set a goal to where I can run 5 miles straight. That is something that is hard. That is something that is challenging. That is something that is going to push me far out of my comfort zone. And so you can take that and apply that. If you're already saving $100 a month, it is not going to be a hard goal to say that you want to save $101. That's not a real goal. That's not a real challenging goal. And that's not a goal that is going to push you, which ultimately you need your goals to push you. So maybe you change it and you say, all right, I am going to set a goal of saving now $200 a month, because that becomes the challenge. When you step outside of your comfort zone, that is where success lies. And that is why I came up with this idea of setting push goals, because there's so many women that are living in their comfort zone, and sometimes we're not even aware that we're doing this. And so I want to challenge you to be able to take your dreams and make them your reality. But that can only happen if you are willing to push yourself out of the place of comfort. So let's just go over it one last time. Push. Push stands for positive. Is your goal positive and adding to your life? You, uplifting. Is your goal uplifting? Is it making you excited? Is it making you inspired? Is it encouraging you, right? The S stands for strategic. Are you being strategic about the way in which you can go forward and reach it? And then finally is the H is hard. Will this goal be hard for you? Will it be challenging for you? Because if it is, then you're moving in the right direction. I want to share one final tip. I had a client who I shared this acronym with and this strategy with that we were working with. And she asked me, why can't H stand for happy? A goal that makes me feel happy and makes others happy, right? Or why can't you be, meaning that this goal is going to be uplifting to people? And I want to be very honest with you. When you first set out goals, there are going to be people that understand your goals, and then there are going to be people who do not understand your goals. And so if you are so focused on setting goals that are going to be beneficial to other people right away, sometimes that can really challenge your success. Because I remember when I wanted to write a book, I had a teacher tell me that it was never going to happen, that I was never going to be able to succeed at it because I was not a good writer. Or when I was working in my doctorate program, I had a teacher who also told me that my writing wasn't fit for academia. And so, had I made a goal based on those teachers, I would have given up on those goals. And so, my challenge to you is to initially think about how these goals are going to benefit you, how these goals are going to make you feel, because you want to make sure that you're walking in the right direction. You want to make sure that you're adding to your life. You want to make sure that you are pushing outside of your comfort zone so ultimately you can reach the success that you desire. So I hope that you guys are willing, ready, and excited to set push goals for this month ahead and going forward, because push goals are really what are going to help you succeed. So until next time, continue with clarity. Oh, and if you're looking for more ways to connect with me, you can connect with me on my blog, www.nicoliawilliams.com. And then you can connect with me on all social media platforms: YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, and Twitter. So all social media platforms at Nicolia Williams as well. I want to make sure that you guys are able to find me and connect with me, because I'm always wanting to uplift and encourage other people, inspire other people. And so I often give away great information, great strategies, and great support, because I believe that is what I was called to do. So, um, ladies, go out and set these push goals for the month ahead, and I look forward to hearing how these push goals work for you. Have a great day, and as always, as I stated before, continue with clarity. Bye.